What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the podcast. This is episode 261, our first one of the year. Shout out to Bbm Deion for coming on, man. He's a young, up-and-coming artist here in Lubbock, Texas, and if you ask me, he's one of the best. I'm pretty sure you've heard of him if you're from around here, so I think if you're an up-and-coming artist or you're any sort of artist, I think we dropped some gems in this podcast, man, and it was really interesting to hear his perspective and kind of put us on game to his life and to the industry and what he's doing. So we had a really good time. Hope you guys enjoy it. If you're new to this podcast, you can help us out by subscribing to the YouTube channel. That's a free and easy way to really help us. I'm trying to get to 700 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you guys want to help us out, do that. Also, we're on Patreon, patreon.com/SnakePitStudios. That's where we do Conversation Pit for $1. It's $1 a month. It's another pretty much cheap and easy way to support us here at the podcast, and be on the lookout for some merch drops and Lords of Film. We'll be picking up, doing more episodes, and probably doing more screenings. I think those are coming out soon. I don't know. Don't hold me to that, but they will be back. And other than that, guys, I hope you guys enjoy the episode. Thank you.
Well, that's how we do it, bet.
We're here, man.
Okay, yeah.
What's going on, brother?
What's going on? Appreciate you having me, bro.
Man. Thanks for reaching out.
Yes, sir.
You're one of the young artists that I've heard of moving around the city.
Mm-hmm.
How's it going?
Bro, honestly, it's been going pretty good. I just been doing my thing, honestly, just dropping music and really staying out the way, honestly.
It's just music.
Yes,
So what got you started in all of this?
Who are you?
Who am I? I'm
Yeah.
Bbm
Sorry.
Deion. Thank y'all for
Introduce
having me.
yourself.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Bbm Deion, thank y'all. I appreciate you for having me on the show, honestly.
Short day notice.
I
Hit me
just
up
found out
yesterday.
about it, from my dad. He just showed me, and I watched your interviews on Facebook, and I was entertained. I definitely liked the podcast, so I definitely had to pop out, bro.
Thank you, man.
Definitely had to pull up. But yeah, what got me started doing music, I really just figured out that I was good at it. Like, I just like doing it, honestly. I moved to Waco a couple years back, and one of my homeboys, he did music too. So before this time, I never did music, and this is in like 2019. So when I moved to Waco, me and bro, we started recording music in the closet, like on BandLab, on our mics and phones and shit. So it really just was up from there. I didn't really know I was gonna do all this shit. I was just doing it for fun, honestly.
And you started young.
Yeah.
How old were you when you started doing that?
So I started when I was like 16, like late 16. So the year that I started is like 2020. That's when I really started doing the music thing.
Damn, you came out right. I think that's when I heard of you.
Yeah.
At the Culture Lounge and all of that.
Mhm. Yeah, I think you
God.
was at that show.
Yeah.
I remember seeing
My fault, man. I was drunk as hell.
Bro, you was just trying to get it's all good,
Yeah, but damn. So were you chilling with your friends and what were y'all listening to?
Shit, at that time, bro, I used to listen to a ton of Roddy Ricch. Like, that was my biggest influence for sure. Like, and it really wasn't hard to tell, but like me and my homeboy, his name is Khalil. I ain't even tapped in with him in a minute, but me and him used to we listened to a bunch of Roddy Ricch. That was one of the biggest influences in our music, and we listened to a bunch of the artists that were popping at that time, Lil Baby, stuff like that. It really wasn't. We don't really listen to any artists that most people wouldn't know.
Is that kind of how it starts though? You listen to them and you try to like copy them.
You just want to be like, you just kind of want to be like you kind of want to be like that. Like back then, especially the way I used to look at it, like that's why Roddy Ricch was one of my biggest influences, because he reminds me so much of me. Like, and plus I felt like his thing was more about his music and stuff instead of, you know what I'm saying, the image and the gimmicks and stuff. So it reminded me of me. That's why I really resonated with that a lot.
I don't think I've ever listened. Y'all listened to him before?
You ain't never listened to Roddy Ricch?
What's that one song?
The Box?
Yes, I remember that was a huge one. But it's that album what's it called? Sorry.
Please excuse me for being antisocial. Yeah,
yes,
that's a classic.
I know that album because of the title, because it just stuck out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cover art too, yeah. That album definitely stuck out.
Do you remember the first time you recorded? You still have it?
Bro, I have like old snaps of like when I used to record songs. I used to literally record that shit in like a hot water heater. Like you could hear the heater going in the background and shit. My first song I don't remember when I first recorded my first song, but I just know I was in like a closet with my headphones and some shit for sure.
I'm just always interested when I listen to artists, like when we have them on here, that first time. Like, what was that first time like? I remember the first time I did this, and I was like, "What the fuck am I doing?"
Yeah, bro, that shit was I thought it was good though. That shit was trash. It wasn't good, but I thought it was good. I always just believed it was good, so I just kept going.
Oh, I thought you were saying mine was garbage. I was like,
hell no,
all right,
nah,
that's all
bro.
right. No, I'm just kidding. Dude, that first episode I ever did, I don't even want to listen.
Were you like, ooh, why did I do that?
Yeah, that first one.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna delete it. But
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit.
That first one, that's the most important one in my opinion, because that's what gets you started.
Hell
like
yeah.
the hardest part to anything is starting.
Right?
I think the reason why I did so good in music though is because I really, I didn't think about it. Like I just did it. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays I be kind of overthinking and shit sometimes, but you know, I just really just started. You know what I'm saying, and did it. That's really why I stuck. Honestly, it's one of them things I just did. Like I wasn't thinking about it.
When was the first time you put it out to the public?
So, yeah, the first time I put it out to music out to the public, that definitely starts in that was definitely in like 2020. Yeah, like when the pandemic started.
Oh, there you go.
My first ever track, I remember I was setting it up on DistroKid. It was Emotions. It was a song called Emotions, like, cause I showed a lot of people at school and they liked that, and I never dropped music before, so yeah, that was the first track I dropped. But the first ever song I ever did, I think it was like it was a diss track. Yeah, it was like we was at school just bullshitting and shit, and it was like a little band lab diss track, and that's literally like what got me started. And I was good at this shit, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna just keep doing it.
Did you have like friends? Like, is the recording process pretty easy?
Yeah.
So it's just.
Yeah, man. Most of the time it's just me in there, just by myself recording. It is cool to have like a vibe, but my process is I just freestyle, or I don't really freestyle nowadays. I write. I used to freestyle a lot back in the day, but I write now. But I just get the beat. If I'm feeling the beat, I'll lay it on the track, and then I'll do my melodies and stuff. And like the melodies, that's like the main part of the song. Like that's what gives the feeling and the the vibe to the song. Then I just put lyrics behind it. Like that's my process nowadays.
How would you describe your sound? Like, what are you talking about? What's your message? You know?
Yeah. So, and this is one of the things I'm really finna start tapping into nowadays. A lot of people haven't heard. Like a lot of people have heard my older stuff, but I have a lot of unreleased in the vault. Like nowadays, the way I'm recording, I feel like it's a lot more me. You know what I'm saying? The type of songs that I'm making. Like I'm talking about things that happen in my life more than anything. Because before I was really just doing what I thought a rapper should do. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm kind of like putting myself more into my music. So that's really
Is it
so
scary?
Yeah. It's man, it's easy, honestly, because 9 times out of 10 what I go through, everybody else goes through. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's why. Sure. The most vulnerable artists, I believe, are the most successful artists because they don't mind sharing their story. Why you think YoungBoy's so successful? Rod Wave, like, they don't mind sharing their stories and their traumas. And
I don't mean to like take this another way, but tell me about YoungBoy. This guy he's taking over the game, right? Guys your age love the fuck out of this motherfucker, right?
Yeah, in my opinion, YoungBoy right now, he's not really his new music. I like his old albums, bro. Like I like AI YoungBoy. But nowadays, what he's doing nowadays, it kind of seems like more antics and stuff. Like I seen him beefing with, not beefing and shit, but it ain't hard to tip that nigga off. All you got to do is, it ain't hard to get the reaction out of that nigga. So really, that's what I've been seeing more than music. Like, I haven't been listening to his new shit. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm a big fan of Charleston White.
Charleston White.
And he even said, "Don't fuck with NBA YoungBoy." He's like, "Don't fuck with
Charleston." You saw where he got jumped.
No, he
didn't. Oh my gosh! And he like threw like the plant at him and everything.
No, he didn't.
This nigga crazy. I was like, bro, this nigga do not care. He was bold.
Well, so I follow him a lot, and I think his message he's one of those guys. The antics, right?
Yeah.
The message is there.
Yeah, it's definitely a message through the antics.
And he said, "Don't mess with NBA YoungBoy."
Yeah, bro. Shit.
Yeah, but I hear a lot about YoungBoy. That guy's like huge.
Well, yeah, one thing I'm finna tap into with him is that that interview, that Gilly and Wallow interview, they pulled up to his crib. I'm not sure if you know who they are, but they're podcasters too.
What is it?
Their names are Gilly and Wallow.
Yeah, I've heard of them. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the one thing I'm actually tapped into. I can't wait to see that interview because you ain't heard nothing too much from him in a while. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's him being mad on camera or some shit. That's really all I've seen.
So when you're like, now that you're gonna be more you, do you ever feel like you're gonna overexpose yourself, or you're like, nah, I don't give a fuck?
Nah. See, that's the thing. Like, what's so great about my music or about creating music is I can be selective in what I put out there. Like, there are certain things that I won't put out there, of course, but there's a lot of things that I don't mind being vulnerable on because most people, like I said, most people have been through, like, especially in one of my songs, it's my biggest song to date, Can't Complain. I think it's my biggest song because I'm speaking to you, you know what I'm saying? You might have watched your homie go to jail, that was some years ago. I'm speaking to you, so it's relatable. Like, a lot of people, that's what I speak to, honestly. It's not hard. It's because not too much happens. Like,
You're not lying.
Yeah.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. That's what
I think
really
people can tell when people do that.
100%.
Like, what the hell?
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, that's really like the main thing I've been focusing on in this new music that I'm making and shit. Just focusing on putting myself more into these tracks because a lot of what I think is what I realize, a lot of what other people think too. So
is this why you do more writing now instead
that's
of
literally exactly why I do more writing.
Harder?
Before, my lyric writing has got way better because before when I was freestyling and shit, it was just whatever off the dome that sounded cool. But now that I'm writing it and kind of articulating it better, then it's coming out. The product's coming out way better for sure.
Are you writing on paper?
No, I actually write on my note. I can't write on paper, bro, because I can't see.
Oh, okay.
I really can't see.
See, that's how I feel about the notes. I can't.
It's hard to see my notes too. Like, that's one of the reasons I had to start doing that shit, bro. I had to start writing lyrics because I wouldn't do it because it was hard to look at my phone while recording. But I'll just memorize it and then just say it at this point.
No, if I'm not mistaken, you guys built something in your studio, in your house, like an actual studio.
Yes, yeah.
Tell me about that.
Man, that shit. It took like in reality, it took like 2 years to build because the most expensive thing is his computer. It's like $4,000. I really don't know how much it is. Somewhere in the ballpark of $4,000. That's the most expensive thing that we have in the studio. But just getting the shit together, it took a couple years. Or it didn't take a couple years, but we got the monitors like in a set period of time. Then a few months later, we got a new mic and stuff. So the studio's always been, it's always been a work in progress for sure.
And it's complete now?
Yeah, it's pretty much complete. We getting the sounds we want out of it. So it's for sure complete.
Are you recording every day?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Man,
especially right now. Right now, I'm in that. And right now, I'm especially because I'm getting ready to drop some singles to lead into an EP. So I've been in EP mode or album mode, whatever you want to call it, right now. Especially with my songwriting, like that's one of the main things I've been trying to touch up on.
What helps you? So if you're recording every day and only a select number is going to an EP, which one? How do you pick it? Or does it just feel right?
That's a great question. Whatever the feel of the EP is, you know what I'm saying? With an EP, you can go for a certain vibe, but what we're doing is we're trying to make the beats. We're trying to have different beats. Like, we don't want it to be too repetitive, where it's too many beats that sound the same, or it's too many soft songs. You know what I'm saying? So picking the songs, especially for these EPs, it comes down to my message. My message is the most important thing, but also having variety in the beats. But what matters most, if you're trying to like push it as an EP, is the message. Like, and then you just put then you just have a different variety of beats so the EP don't get boring. You know what I'm saying? So that's really what I'm going for.
So what's the difference between an EP and an album?
So
is it just the amount of songs? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Album is like 15 to 20 songs. 15 to like sometimes 25 songs. Sometimes even more. And the EP is like
5 to 8
like 3 to 6 songs, something like that. Yeah. No more than 10 songs. I would probably put like at most 8 songs on an EP, you know.
So you guys making your own beats too? Are you doing that?
No, we actually don't. We used to be having my dog Rank pull up, Prod Fresh Rank, something like that. Shout out to him. I ain't spoke to bro in a minute, but he'll come in and he'll make the beats. So he'll have like these samples, right? And he'll make a melody over the sample. Then he'll put the 808. So then I'll go record, you know. And then how we'll do it is, however I want the song structure to be. Like if I'm going crazy on the verse, he'll turn up the beat. Like after I'm done recording, he'll modify the beat, which really like 90% of a song is editing. Like 10% of a song is creation, and 90% is editing to get what you're going for. So how we do it is I'll record, right, and then he'll tweak the beat to give it its right energy and flow and stuff. And I use YouTube producers too. So with YouTube producers, sometimes I'll look up like a type beat or whatever. To be honest, like that's just on it, yeah. And what's it called? The beat, you can't modify the beat because you don't know the producer personally. But when my dog Rank pull up, we be making some heat.
Is that the dude who tours with Parker McCollum?
Yeah, he touring right now.
On here. He was, but
for real,
guess nothing happened out of that.
Oh yeah,
but I know what you're talking about now. So he's like legit into that.
Yeah,
that's
see,
cool.
as far as I know, he's been doing pretty good with the touring and stuff.
Yeah.
He been moving.
I don't remember where I talked to him, but
yeah, I'm gonna have to have him pull up again. It's been a minute since he pulled up and made some beat. Bro, I'm gonna be honest. I don't even know if my dog stay in Lubbock no more. I really don't know.
I think he's here like when he's not on tour.
Right, cause most of the time when I be seeing him, he gone. So, but yeah, I would assume he probably still stay here.
Yeah. So when you are you writing before you even hear a beat? Like, do you have just shit ready to go, or is it different?
Yeah, I've never done that before, bro. Like, and that's cool that you bring that up because I've thought about like writing a melody and then like a good ass melody and then trying to find a beat to go with that melody.
Yeah.
But I've never wrote a song, you know, beforehand, which is something I probably need to do more of because like it's just off the muscle, off the brain. You're not trying to go with no vibe or no beat. You can just kind of write what's in your head, kind of like poetry.
That's what
then find a beat.
Yeah, sort of like journaling and poetry and shit. Just put it out there.
Yeah, that's all music is just poetry. That's what's been helping me with my writing lately too, is realizing it's just what you want to say put into music form and melodies and stuff like that.
Those guys, do you still listen to them? Are you still getting influence from other people? Or?
Yeah, man, I'll be listening to a lot of music because I get influences from different areas. Like sometimes in a song, I'll take inspiration from this song and a different song, and like on the beat I'm on, you wouldn't even be able to know, but the melody just sound dope as hell. So I stay listening to music
like different types of other than rap.
Lately, a little bit more than rap. Like I'll be listening to do you know a song called Sweater Weather?
Yeah.
Sweater Weather. I've been listening to that song. I'm like, bro, this mug, this is great music. Like that's
what I was gonna ask is like, since you have started making music, it's like you said, like you were like, I guess like when we all start or when anybody starts anything, they're trying to mimic their idols. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it's like with you kind of becoming like a little bit more like used to like what you're doing and kind of growing into yourself. Has your music taste changed? You know, like have you kind of gone like deeper into like maybe like older rap or like different genres of rap or subgenres and shit like that? That's
exact. Like over the years, as you kind of go away from that, well, you still have your influences, right? But when you do it for so long, you kind of find yourself in it. So yeah, a lot of the stuff I've made music. I've made a few songs outside the genre of like hip hop. Like the beat has like an 808, but it's not hip hop. But like as far as listening to music, I definitely have been into different genres because I'm like, as I'm getting older, I'm starting to like the real music more. Like I'm starting to like the well-produced stuff. Like I can hear it now. As when I was younger, I really couldn't. So my music taste has definitely changed for sure.
And that's gonna reflect in the future.
It is, sweet. Yeah. It's already reflecting in the songs that I'm doing now for sure.
And it's almost like it's like you add to your palette that way because it's just like you know what you like, but then it's also like knowing like, okay, who did my idols listen to? Now I got to look at them. And then who did they listen to? And then where did that originate from? And it's just really cool to kind of see how it just snowballs out into more than just, one thing.
And that's what I want to get more into, to more of that timeless music. That's what I'm trying to make more of, like music that'll last over the years. Like Kanye is a perfect example of a person that makes just pure art. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want. That's what I want to dive more into.
To Otis earlier by Kanye West and Jay-Z.
That boy's gonna love him. So
Kanye West grew on me because before I was like, bro, I don't see the hype. I've never listened, but at the time I didn't listen to his music.
You gotta listen to the lyrics. That's what it is with Kanye West.
His production is so amazing. People don't realize how far he goes to get his sounds right. Like it's hard to get that result from his production for sure.
Is it like when you're recording? Can you get in like to the weeds of it? Do you feel like you're stuck on one song sometimes? You're like, I'm just trying to get this.
Bro, all the fucking time.
So how do you move on from it? Do you just like, fuck it, here you go?
Move on.
Just do it?
Yeah. You know, if I get stuck on a song, bro, I just move on. Because when you start overthinking it, then that's when
Can you ruin a song that way by just like working on it too much?
Honestly, I've always felt like the more I've stayed on a song, actually, the better I was able to make it. Because 9 times out of 10, when I don't want to finish a song or I'm not finding that pocket, I just don't like it. I don't like how it's going. But once I find a pocket, if I keep going, the longer I stay on it, then I'm able to, start making something that I actually like. So yeah, sometimes when I stay on it, it definitely, it's worth not just skipping over being like, I don't like this. It's worth trying to fix what you don't like to make it better.
How important is the live performance for you?
Very important. It's very, like, I haven't done a show in a few months, like 3 or 4 months, something like that. But live performances, without live performance, I probably wouldn't do music because that's the funnest part. Like,
have you done it outside of Lubbock?
No. Yeah, my funnest show was definitely, I've opened up for Tay Money. It was up at the roof. Them niggas be drunk. They just trying to have a good time. So they ain't even know the song. We sitting there thinking they know our song because they just lit. They just drunk. So, and people asking me for my SoundCloud while I'm on stage and shit. Like, performing is one of the best feelings. Like, especially when you start having them shows and tours where people are showing up for specifically you. So it's very important to me.
What was that show like?
It was cool. It was great. The energy was great. It was a lot of white girls there because that's Tay Money's demographic. You know what I'm saying?
She's a white girl, right?
Yeah, she a white girl.
She cool?
Yeah, she was pretty cool. Bro, honestly, I was kind of salty because I didn't get a chance to meet her. Like, she was my buddy Difference. He actually got me on the show. He helped me out.
The green
get
mask?
On the show. Yeah. I don't even think he wear the mask no more. But yeah, he helped me get on the show and shit. But by the time I was gone, Tay Money was I was already gone by the time she came. So I never got a chance to say what's up. I really should have stayed, honestly. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, that's crazy. I think our buddy Swagadelic went to that show.
Mm-hmm.
I should have went to it. He asked me to, and I was like, nah.
Yeah, it was a pretty cool show. The energy was for sure there. Them tech kids, they have a lot of energy.
If she's listening, we'd like to have you on the podcast one day. I know she comes here sometimes.
Well, it's called and
I think
Rick
Wap
Ross
did shoes for her. She's like knows people here, so that'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, Tay Money, she be showing love to Lubbock for real. Honestly, last time I've seen her pop out to Lubbock, she's for show love.
Did you go to the OT show on Wednesday last week?
No. I didn't go.
You listened to him?
Yeah, OT hard.
He's really cool.
For real, he cool people. He seemed like he cool.
Oh, I don't know. I've never met him.
Okay.
He seems cool, and the music scene. He just seems like a rock star.
Yeah,
he's cool as fuck.
He does seem. When you see him on camera, he just be chilling.
Yeah, I like his old stuff.
Yeah.
When it was like slower.
For real, I've never heard any. I like that one song, that Johnny Dang song.
Yeah,
like
that's the one that got him really big. But his sound has changed a lot. But like it was even like some of his older stuff, like from like a year ago or so, it's just a lot more Texas.
Right.
Like a lot more
that's what
slowed
He's for
and
sure Texas.
deeper.
Lone Star Luchador. That's such a cool name.
Mm.
He's so fucking cool. He's still cool to me. He's still cool. I'm like, I guess he can be a piece of shit.
When you do your
a lot of them artists.
when you perform, do you Do you sing over your lyrics or do you actually do them?
My last performance, I definitely sung over the lyrics because that was like a thing. My dog Vil, he actually invited me to the show. So, you know, we didn't have time to be able to get the performance ready to be able to sing over it. Now, I did open up for Rick Ross. I think a couple of my songs.
That's so cool.
That is cool. Here?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I opened up for Rick Ross and Rich Homie Quan. That audience, like, they didn't know me because it seemed like a couple of them did, but most of them didn't know me because, you know, I'm a upcoming artist and stuff. But that crowd was really showing love. Like, when I got off of stage, they was real life showing love.
When was this?
This was like 2022, 2021. When was this? Somewhere around there. But yeah, that was definitely it was my biggest show. Like, the stage was huge. It was in like some arena and shit. Nigga, Rick Ross showed up like 2 hours late, performed like two songs and left. So yeah, but it was pretty cool. Rich Homie Quan was good too. So it was a dope experience.
That dude, I just recently started listening to him again.
For real?
Yeah,
Rich Homie,
yeah.
Rich Homie go crazy. I actually like his.
Yeah, he had his time, and that was cool.
Mm-hmm. I like his tone.
You've been opening up for people. That's cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
You get scared?
I'm trying to get more. Bro, it's like I thought I would be, but it's not really much pressure for me. Oh, I don't really get scared, honestly. Like, I just go out there and perform. Like, I don't know. I thought I would be nervous. Well, honestly, I am. Like, before I go out, I am a little nervous. But when I get on the stage and after that first song, I'm good. I don't really. But the nerves can get to you before you go on stage for sure.
I bet opening up for them, that would have been nuts.
Yeah, it was crazy. That was one of the coolest shows. It's definitely a great memory. I'm trying to get more in like that.
This next music you're gonna drop, are you gonna do like shows for it? You're gonna do like try to do a tour or anything like that?
No, that's the main thing I'm finna be getting into going into 2024 is getting more shows going. I'm gonna be, opening up for bigger artists and stuff, but I'm trying to get my own shows going too. Like, that's something I've never done. So that's finna be for sure going into my strategy 2024.
You got a big following?
Yeah, pretty much.
I think you do, man. One of the biggest ones here, huh?
Mm.
When you were you in high school doing this?
Yes.
So what was that like? Was people recognizing your music in school?
Yeah, but the cool thing about high school is I know all them people, so they see me as a regular person. Like, the people that don't know me, like, it's cool, you know what I'm saying? And they always show love and stuff. But high school, I know most of them, so they just see me as, just Deion. You know what I'm saying?
I was wondering if you were sort of blowing up.
Oh,
in
well,
school.
like in high school, like
yeah.
Music wise, yeah, they'll be streaming my songs in class and showing love for sure.
Really?
But like fangirling out and shit, nah, like, cause they know me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Dang. And you do do you do TikToks? Like, how's that worked out for you?
TikTok
has it grown your audience?
Yes. Like, my biggest song, Can't Complain. TikTok is what got that song its initial exposure. You know what I'm saying? It's a tricky system to figure out, but once you do, I feel like I'm not looking for a viral moment, but you're looking for consistent viewership.
Because I've been putting out videos. I'm trying to go viral fucking one time.
But
God
bro,
damn.
you know what I'm saying? It can be a good and a bad thing. Like, think about it. Would you rather have 100,000 videos or 100,000 views on one video, and that happens every now and then, or would you rather have 10,000 views on every video that you put out?
Well, let's get to
that's what I'm looking
views
for
first.
Yeah,
we still need those too. God damn it! But I'm starting to do weekly posts on TikTok.
Right, bro.
Trying.
Keep going, cause that shit, man. Especially, and it's harder to it's a bit harder to grow because there's so many people on the app, on the platform, trying to put stuff out there. So the threshold for content and shit has definitely went up, but it's for sure if what I'm figuring out is nobody can be you. So, if you figure out a way to really put yourself in, because the difference between all these brands is each of their personalities. Because, you can see one artist do this thing, then the artist that doesn't have much of a brand or a personality do the same thing, and it won't go over as well. Because, it's the artist that's really, making or breaking this content and stuff. So, like, you know what I'm saying? You just gotta.
Well, yeah, because I was gonna ask you this, and I think that's the answer: is breaking the threshold in rap, hip hop. It's like breaking the threshold in this. It's
Right.
millions of people fucking trying to do it. So how do you think you can do it? This is what you said, like the personality.
Yeah.
Just showing them the personality.
That's the conclusion that I've definitely came to, because that's what I realized. Like, you know, you're the babies, you know, your young boys, you know, your Juice WRLDs. All these artists are different. They're all they all have their own.
Hold on, can you see if that? There you go.
Yeah, I should do that all the time. My bad, but all right,
Yeah,
we should be good. But all these artists have their distinct, different brands. You know what I'm saying? You could tell YoungBoy when you see YoungBoy. Like, you can tell Juice WRLD when you see Juice WRLD. So when it comes to podcast, this when it comes to anything, when it comes to branding in Walmart, you're not going to pick up the protein powder that's empty. You're going to pick up the protein powder that has this branding on it and gain muscle, lose weight, all this shit. So what are you really about? It's really what you gotta grow into, and it that shit take time, bro.
So how are you gonna brand yourself outside of your music? How are you gonna do that?
I found the best way to do that is just being myself. Like, being authentic is the best way. Yes,
just making videos.
Posting this is literally my strategy. Posting, because you know social media right now is the way. You know what I'm saying? So
unfortunately,
posting, yes, unfortunately, but you know posting consistently and dropping consistently that's really my strategy. It's not simple. You just gotta apply yourself and just keep growing over time.
I feel like the algorithm will reward you for doing that, being consistent.
But yeah, bro, nowadays, yeah, I've definitely found I don't think the algorithm is as much as a challenge as I think everybody is creating reels or creating TikToks. Like, when you have so much competition, automatically the quality, the ones with the better quality will do better. That's really how I see it, because when you have so many people trying to do the same thing, you have to find ways to stand out. And that's why I went back to personality, because your personality is what makes or breaks you. Like, so two people can do the same thing, but one person can have a way better personality on camera and it go over better. So that's what I kind of think and that's something I'm really like just now starting to incorporate into my, you know, strategy and shit. But that's what I really think.
And it's like you said, I mean, it's like with your lyrics, you're doing more personal things. So that's what makes people
very
click
important.
with you. So it's just like putting your personality out there. It's like, I'm just a guy. I'm just like, you know what I mean? It kind of makes people like see you human. It makes people see you as like. That's
exactly what you want. Like, it has to make sense when you see it, in my opinion. Like, if you're not authentic, people like this, you just subconsciously pick up on it. So you have to find ways to put yourself out there and be authentic. And I'm not saying this shit is like 100% easy. Like, these people be going out of their way to shoot content. Like, the niggas that really go out their way are the successful ones, because they went out their way and they did all this, you know, extra stuff. Like, Kai Cenat is a perfect example of someone. Him? Yeah, I like him. I actually like him a lot. He's a perfect example of someone who go out the way. Yes.
Like the number Twitch one streamer, like one of the number one. Yeah.
You like streaming? You do that?
I've never done it before, but
I've been thinking about
I would definitely do it. Yeah, bro. If you get into it, let me know. We can for sure tap into that.
Yeah, I just don't know it. It's already too late for me.
It's a whole different world. Yeah.
Yeah, stream is now. Yeah,
they
you lost me at the
stream
streaming shit.
Yeah, they already made their money.
Yeah.
I think it might have been him, or one of them fucking streamed for 30 days straight.
Yes, it was him.
Damn.
It was him.
Oh, I couldn't do that.
That's what you call going. Like, he'll go out of his way to have these certain people on his live stream and shit. Like, that's how you got to find a way to entertain these people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 30 days.
Those are the people that, you know, that are doing their thing.
And
they just found a way to do it.
How old are you, by the way?
I'm 19.
Just a baby.
And you're I just got to ask, you're staying clear of alcohol, drugs, all that shit?
Yes.
Just music.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
Women, you staying away from them too?
Bro, I really, man. I ain't been tapped in in a minute.
You gotta be focused on the music.
I really been focused on my music lately.
Go.
I really have.
God damn, that'll get you.
The women will get you for sure, bro.
Well, I didn't mean that as a bad thing, Jennifer. I'm also 27. I'm 27.
Nah, it ain't a bad thing. Women are a good thing, bro.
I'm 27. I'm not 19.
Yeah, it's a lot of pros and cons.
Yeah, and Oh, it's good. You're just staying. So, like, what's like your day, like a normal day, look like for you?
Oh shit! A normal day, I definitely have been hitting the gym a lot more. I usually wake up, I hit the gym. After I hoop a lot too. Like people don't know that, but I can hoop. I can for sure hoop for real. Like, I ain't the tallest,
Speaking
but
of
I can
video,
for sure
we
hoop.
should go make a video of us playing basketball.
I'm down there for
suck.
sure.
I fucking suck.
You suck, bro.
You against me and Bradley. That'd be a funny video.
That shit would be funny, bro. But yeah. So I go to the gym and then I'll shoot content around 4 or 6. Bro, my shit is simple, honestly. Like I don't do too much throughout my day. I go to the gym. I also have like a little business on the side. It's like a flipping business on Facebook and shit. That's really like my main. That's what I really, eat off of right now while I'm growing my music and shit. Like my music's doing great, but I'm eating off a different business while I grow my music. But
it's pretty hard to make money. Like, you gotta like.
Yeah, it's hard. It's
like from streaming. Streaming, like they don't pay you shit, do they?
Yeah, like most, like especially in 2020, I was making most of my money off of features. Cause think about it. Oh shit. Like 1 million streams get you $4,000 a month. $4,000 a month for 1 million streams. So, as you in my opinion, you're pretty popular if you're getting 1 million streams a month
That's
to be making $4,000. Yeah.
It's not bad.
It's
who's doing numbers like that? Can you give me an example
of who's doing numbers like that? A ton of, bro. Honestly, I see a lot of new artists nowadays where they're like at that level where they're not mainstream or they're not huge where everybody knows them, but they have this fan base and this listening base where they can eat great. You know what I'm saying? Like 5 figures a month off of their music. Like if you, it's not, it's a lot. 1 million streams a month is a lot, but it's not crazy to do that in a month. And, to do 2 million streams in a month, that's 8. That's 8,000. To do 3 million streams.
On Spotify?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And this is Spotify. So, artists have multiple platforms too. Apple Music pays more. So it's not crazy, but an artist, I can say that.
Well, I just didn't know how that worked.
Yeah. I don't know definitively any artists that, that are doing specifically that, but for sure, when those numbers go up, that check, it'll go up pretty fast when you get the business rolling and stuff, when you get things figured out. But, getting it started, that's the hard part about starting a business is figuring out the ins and outs. But once you have the system in place, you just go.
So what are you doing on Facebook? You buy stuff and sell it? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, hell yeah. It's not crazy.
I was just curious. I looked up to see how much Spotify pays per stream. It's between 0.003 cents to 0.005 cents.
Where's my money at?
So if
That's
you
what I'm
get
saying,
if you get 1 million streams before taxes, that's just $3,000. So that's why you gotta be.
Oh shit! I didn't even think about taxes. I don't.
Yeah, I didn't think
That's
about
like
taxes.
half of that.
Fuck, I didn't think about taxes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we better cut that part out. IRS is coming after us.
I mean, that's why when
Hold
you
the fuck on though. Where the fuck is my money? Because I'm getting streams on Spotify. What the hell?
Bro, they just made that little change too, where you have to get 1,000 streams on a song to start getting royalties.
Oh, okay.
On the actual, like they just made that change, which is crazy.
But that's not bad, huh? 1,000 on a song.
But no, like before you can get royalties off your 1,000 streams. Now you have to hit 1,000 streams to start getting royalties.
Oh.
So it's a lot of like royalties on songs that are people won't be getting, like just because they have a small amount of streams. But like I saw this like analytic on this little page or whatever, and artists are missing out on like 41 million off of those since they're taking away those royalties for that first 1,000 streams or something like that.
Yeah,
all artists all across the board and stuff.
a certain percentage still has to go to Universal, Sony, whoever you're with.
Yeah,
the man,
the label. Yeah, them motherfuckers. Yeah, they'll take that right about you.
You doing like the independent route? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, for now until I would sign a deal to a label when it's made, if it makes sense. Like I've had pretty much every label approach me, but like Atlantic and stuff like that. But the deal has to make sense. You know what I'm saying?
What
And
they-
it has
did
to
they want,
favor both
like-
parties. Yeah.
Do
What's
they
up?
want ownership of your music? Is that what happened?
Yes, they want it. Okay, so I don't even know if I could even go into detail. Should I go? Like how does shit work? What they wanted. So they offered a contract. They offered in the offering, so it was like $50K, right? For 5 songs. So they want to give you 25. So yes. So the problem was the money was cool because you can build something, right? And whatever percentage they're taking, it'll be better if you take less money up. Like sometimes you take less money up front to get better percentages so you make more money on the back end. But the problem was how the deal worked is they wanted to, so the label that came to me is a subsidiary of Atlantic. So they want to give me, they want to sign me to this deal, but they have the option if they want to put me with Atlantic, like they have the option to make me sign to Atlantic Records. So basically, if they wanted to, I'd have no choice but to sign with Atlantic. Like if I started going crazy, like the deal was just for 5 songs. Yeah. If I started going crazy and I got different label offers that made better sense than this one, I can't take it because they have that option. They could be like, no, we want you to sign with Atlantic and stuff like that. So that was the problem with the contract and stuff like that.
That's how they get you. Because if that blows up, then you could go make more money somewhere else.
Exactly. But that label, and the thing is, like when you sign to Atlantic, it's tricky because the contract, when you sign them, it might not be in your favor. Like that's the problem with it. That was the real problem with it.
The fact though that you're already being looked at like that's pretty goddamn cool, huh?
Yeah, it's a blessing. It's really a blessing, bro. Before I wasn't seeing it for what it was. Like now I don't take any of that shit for granted, bro. Like it's a blessing to have, especially like early into your career. Like some guys have been doing this for 10 years and stuff and haven't got any label offers or whatever, and that's not to say I'm better than anybody at all, but it's a blessing. That's really what I see it as. It's cool. It definitely is cool.
Did that affect your writing once you got that? Like they threw that out there? Were you like, God damn, I better?
See, it was funny is that's what I'm saying. That at the time I wasn't writing about shit for real. I was just that's when I mostly freestyled, and I just put whatever I thought sounded cool on the track.
Oh, damn, that's cool, dude.
Yeah, bro. That shit was crazy though. And yeah, we've had 8 labels, but yeah, some of the contracts
So how would somebody like you get like a big feature on a song, like a big artist?
Bro,
would they hit you up or you can reach out to them? Like how would that work?
I'd reach out to them. Now, like for artists like me, like getting a song with a big artist is as simple as knowing somebody who knows that big artist. But a lot of the times, like if you're not up there with that big artist, you're paying. Plus, what are you paying for if they're not promoting what you're putting out? You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't pay for no big feature. Like I would pay for no $200,000 feature from Lil Baby if bro's not finna promote the song in any sense. Like I'm just getting a verse to show my fan base. Like nah. I'm paying $200K.
That's something how much he would charge? Like somebody
something
like
that, for sure.
Shit. Damn.
Yeah.
For like less than a day of work for him, probably.
Like 40 minutes of work for that nigga.
So it's like when stuff like that comes into play, where like with features and like being paid and like big money and stuff like that, at that point, do you have to like do things in writing almost, like kind of like even contract out those features? Because I can imagine it's super easy to get screwed over of like, yes, you're gonna get this, but I don't have to share your things. I don't have to promote your things. I don't have to,
right.
You know what I mean?
That has to be in writing.
We've had guys on this podcast talk about that. And that's what I was thinking. I'm like, well, how did you do it? Did they just Venmo you? Or you just Venmo them?
Because I can
That's how a
imagine
lot of
it's
them do
also
it.
like
You'd be
muddy
surprised.
water too, because I can imagine it's like if you're with somebody bigger, and if they like just what you're doing, they can easily just steal your things if it's not.
Yeah, for sure, man.
I can
wouldn't
only
be surprised.
imagine how often that happens. You know what I mean?
Probably a lot more often than you think. Like, how many times has Drake stole?
I think about him a lot. That little bitch. Okay, I think about him a lot.
God damn.
No, because the way he has completely switched his aesthetic and his sound and everything through the years, it's just like,
Rebranding.
Oh, I see what you mean.
what a, that's not even, I don't know. It's just, it's obviously he was impressed by something and he grabs onto that.
Yeah.
And then he gets
He
impressed by
grabs
something
onto
else
that.
and he
He's a
grabs
scout
onto that
for
and makes it his
talent.
whole
Yeah.
personality. Right now, his whole
That's exactly
personality
what it
is
is.
Texas. He's in cowboy boots and jeans and, because what's hot,
Houston's
you know
his
what I mean?
favorite city.
That's what
apparently.
Drake is very good. He's smart.
But he's good at seeing what's hot
Yeah.
and grabbing onto it and becoming that thing, which is why he is so big. But it's also
That's
kind of
precisely
the
what he does.
But it's also the lamest thing about him.
Yeah, a lot of
It's
people
also the
miss
lamest
the
thing
old
about him.
Drake for sure. Like, yeah,
I don't even
a lot
miss
of
the
these
old
artists.
Drake. I mean, he's cool, whatever. He makes catchy things that get in my head, but it's just
My culture's not your costume, Drake.
Plus, I feel like we're in a weird era right now, like where a lot of shit is kind of weird too. So I know
it's
what you're
almost
saying.
like ingenuine in some
Yeah,
senses.
like you just we in that era right now where a lot of
like we got
a lot of
Mexican
shit
OT
like that.
who's like true to who he is still, you know what I mean? And then we've got like Drake who sees like stuff like that as getting big, so he's gonna hop onto that and
Right,
step
yeah.
out in the bootcut jeans and the cowboy boots and and it's just
that's them business moves they be feeling like they have to make. So,
yeah.
I ain't gonna touch that. It should be good now.
And that's the end
think
of
I
my
can hear
TED
it.
talk.
Can y'all hear it?
Oh yeah, I can hear it. My bad. I keep touching it.
You might pull it
That's
a little
good.
bit, like,
Pull it.
yeah. Nope.
I mean, people do anything to get
There you go.
There we go.
in that door, and then once they're in that door, they'll completely change.
Bro, that's
Look at
what
Lil
I'm
Nas
saying.
X.
That's a perfect example of a nigga that went
Lil
out
Nas
his
X.
way.
Oh.
That's exactly what I'm saying. These niggas he was so big because nobody else gonna go out their way to do some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like completely change your whole brand and identity. You almost have to do it that way to keep their attention because what else you gonna do? You have to do something way crazier than the last time, but it depends on the artist. Like me personally, I would never,
You think it's just could it just be the music industry just telling you, hey, you're gonna wear this. You're
Well,
gonna
listen to what he just said. He probably signed a
that's a good
deal like
question.
that where they're like, we're controlling you.
No.
You
Or
already
like,
know.
That's what I'm saying. Some of these deals be like having these artists under wraps,
Yeah,
like
that
for
sucks.
real. Like I've seen like some of this shit, like in some of these marketing schemes, like a lot of this shit people believe is like it's really going on. It's like marketing schemes and shit like that. Like a lot of this shit's fabricated.
So like one of like the like okay, I guess a big example of this of like how even these artists like no matter how big, like they're still like under their like label's thumb. SZA, she wrote Consideration and shot videos for it, whatever. Even after shooting videos, label told her, we're actually going to give that song to Rihanna. Put it
This
on
is
Rihanna's
wild.
album.
Like imagine making some cool shit and the label just
Yes.
be like,
Yeah,
nah,
no
we gonna
choice.
give it to this bigger
she
artist.
wrote it and she got
That shit
her
was-
credits and royalties off of it,
Yeah.
but she was like, that song was my baby. I made a video for it. I had made it a single.
That sucks.
She had everything prepped and it was like, we actually heard it out and we're going to go ahead and give it to this artist instead. And of course it's a
mean-
huge song under Rihanna's, album and stuff like that. But same thing with like, it just, I don't know if they even have a choice.
Yeah.
mean,
They be
hell,
moving like
that's-
labels move like that a lot.
But hell, that's always been going on. Like when Dolly Parton did "I Will Always Love You," before Whitney Houston did it, Elvis wanted to record it, but Colonel
But they
Tom,
wanted full rights of it, right?
They wanted like more than half of the rights, and
Yeah.
Dolly. It's a good thing she said no because Whitney made it. It exploded onto the scene and
Yeah.
became a pop culture.
And I mean, I'm
icon.
sure
Yeah.
she's making so much money, more money off of that deal.
But Elvis probably would have ruined it. It would have not been as big as what it is today.
no, not at all.
Yeah, to me, giving away like a song, like that's crazy. Like
She didn't
To
have a
make that
choice.
shit.
Yeah.
She literally didn't have a choice. Like I saw an interview clip of her literally being like, I had everything lined up to release it and drop it, and they pulled it from her last minute.
bro.
And they placed it on another artist's album.
But sometimes I think sometimes in that moment you think, well, if I give this up and sacrifice it, maybe there's bigger and better things to come. For some artists, it works like that.
Well, in her
That's why
case,
a
she
lot
didn't
of-
have the choice because of how she was contracted in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but
it
in
wasn't
contract,
even.
yeah.
But that's what I'm saying is like, well, if I get this exposure, that's why a lot of artists like don't make money off of the early stuff.
Right.
Until
Yes,
they,
exactly.
yeah.
That's why them artists be telling you to keep your masters, because 10 years later, if you've like made a song that hit and stuff and people are still streaming it, 9 times out of 10 those labels are who's getting paid, from those streams. And that's where the money is. Like they're seeing, people think streams like you don't make a lot of money. In reality, like especially at that level, that shit is a lot of money, and the label's just pocketing it, like from owning your masters. Not to mention when you get that advance, that $1 million advance or whatever, you paying $8 or $9 million back. Plus they're keeping your masters and shit. So you gotta find
And
ways
they're
to
the ones
move.
probably releasing those songs to be sampled or remixed.
Exactly, and they could give away your shit to be sampled in a heartbeat because they
Yeah.
own it. Yeah,
Soulless people.
Wow.
yeah.
Read your
That's how-
contracts, young artists out there. God damn.
Yeah, bro, they be moving crazy sometimes.
We do 0.003 times a billion. I just wanna
Times
see
a billion.
Yeah, I just want to see how much that is. I don't want to do the math in my head right now.
Let's see.
5,000? 45.
45. Snoop Dogg, he had 1 billion streams. What is on Spotify? Dude made $45,000 off 1 billion
And
streams.
that's one of the biggest artists.
Now, that's just like that's just the first
guess
part
he's-
we hear of it, because it could be the label is taking most of that percentage, or like it'd be weird if you get 1 billion streams and you only make 45 grand on it, because like on Spotify that's supposed to be like 3 million.
It's 300,000, right? Mm-hmm. Damn. He
Like
got
1 billion
fucked.
streams on Spotify, 1 billion is like 4 million, like
God,
$4 million. It's crazy.
He got fucked. What the fuck?
Mm.
Is this like can you escape from this? Can you go another route?
Yeah, I
Like,
believe
without
so.
that?
I believe
Now, anyways, probably more so than ever.
I believe if you have a plan, or like escape, what you're talking about,
Like less people getting a cut of your music. Like, you know what I
yes,
mean?
yeah, for sure. Now, a lot of people will take the upfront money because it's upfront money. Like if somebody put $1 million in your face, a lot of people might say they're gonna reject it, but a lot of people wouldn't.
Most
So
of us wouldn't.
yeah, it's about knowing your deal. Like if you know your deal, then you could come up with a plan. Like, okay, I might give away my masters right here, but I'm gonna be at this point. So then I could be independent and then drop music or whatever, and then I can make a bunch of money off of that. So it really depends on the plan. Like that's what sucks about labels. Like if you sign this shit and like a year later they shelf you, then that plan kind of changes. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely, you just gonna have to come up with a solid game plan to beat that, to beat having the ownership of all your music.
Like, who is it? Like, so Taylor Swift, she's like known because she's re-recorded her album so she can own the rights to her music. And that's why she's huge, and that's why she's like as rich. She's a billionaire because of it.
She owns her rights?
Yeah, so okay. So like her first albums, like this is what she's been known for. So like all her albums that she had released, she wanted to purchase, I think, her masters or whatever of it. Label wasn't going to let her do
she
it.
tried to purchase her masters, right?
So she was like, okay, I have enough money to re-record the album myself. So she re-recorded her albums herself and re-released those albums as Taylor's version.
Okay, yeah,
And
that's really
so
smart.
that's the title difference. And so she owns all rights to her music. But
Yeah.
because of that, music labels are changing their contracts to where that is not going to be doable anymore.
Right, yeah.
Because she found the loophole. She found the loophole on how to become a billionaire off of her own music.
Is
and
that
own
why-
That's
her
is
rights.
crazy.
Is that why
That's
she
really
didn't
smart.
do streaming for the longest time?
Probably. I
Makes
bet.
sense.
Yeah.
See, I had no idea.
It was a huge battle. I don't like Taylor Swift. I'm just not a fan of the music, but that's such a move right there. Like, that is insane.
Yeah, she's smart for that one. I
Yeah.
had no idea.
That's what happens when you're a satanic leader.
I have some conspiracies about all that, but we won't. This isn't the podcast for that. Not today. But
Trying to get it.
Oh my God, because she looks like Anton LaVey's daughter.
Oh, no, yeah, that's one.
that's
No,
weird too.
Damn, that's crazy.
I'm sure you don't get into this, but just look into who bought the originals. Just look into who bought the originals and look who they work for.
Yeah, I'll be into some of them.
And you can see why
theories.
you can see why Travis Kelce is with her and Pfizer and George Soros. Just saying, guys, look it up. It's fact.
You know, I've looked at some stuff about the music industry, especially like back then. Back then, it was very like mob, mindset. That's why you always heard rumors like, oh, Frank Sinatra was brought up by the mob because he was gonna create all these hits and all these, producers that didn't really produce anything.
Right.
They just bought it and they made all this money. But I've even heard too, like, now it's like Ticketmaster, all these like big corporations that do all these big concerts now. I've heard back then all that was run by the mob. That's why you had all these. That's why you had all these big old like Led Zeppelin concerts.
You probably had to pay a tax to do it in their city.
Oh, that's crazy.
I think like in that case, it would also be like it's like you're paying off like people in those cities to like take care of these artists and to do
security
essentially
and
do
all
like crowd control and stuff. Yeah,
Hell's Angels, they kill people.
Yeah.
Hell's Angels, I've definitely.
I mean, yeah, because they were the security guards for the Rolling Stones for a little bit.
They were security guards for Rolling Stone.
Yeah,
Are you serious? That's crazy.
Until like people died.
See, that's what I'm saying, and especially in the music industry, a lot of people know people to be able to go, get on and shit. Like that's how a lot of people get on, like Roddy Ricch and stuff, like Nipsey Hussle, and stuff like that. Like that's how most people get on, is knowing somebody.
How do you feel about like the scene here in Lubbock?
I feel like it's a scene. I feel like it's a great scene. I feel like it's so great because there's a lot of room to grow too. Like there's a lot of great things coming out of Lubbock for sure. But I do think we do need to do like well, not necessarily, but building on the culture in Lubbock, which I think is what we're doing right now. Like these podcasts and like, for example, the 806er and the blogs and stuff.
My boy.
It's starting to build the culture and, a little scene in Lubbock that I think we really been missing, or we need to keep developing more. Yeah, for sure.
Damn. You plan on staying here for a while?
Man,
Honestly,
honestly,
somebody like you though, you got to get out of here.
Lubbock has always been my home. Honestly, would I move if it made sense? But I do plan on staying. Like living wise, I do plan on staying here for a little while. Now, forever, I ain't gonna stay in Lubbock forever. But
Less taxes, buddy.
that's the one great thing about, and housing's a bit cheaper. That's one of the main reasons. So like, I wouldn't move to Cali if it made sense, but it don't make enough sense.
Dude, I was looking at the median house here. I think it's like $215,000.
Right.
In LA, it's like $900,000.
Yeah, in LA, the shit is crazy. But when you go to LA, I was in LA like a month ago. When you go there, bro, you can see why people come here to do music and do different things. Like the city's so huge and there's so many studios and opportunities and people. Like it's crazy. I would definitely I'm gonna be traveling there a lot more, but living there, I don't think I could do it, especially because the living and shit, like how much it costs.
Did you go over there for music?
Yeah.
Nice.
Or actually, what I went over there for was a family vacation. But what's it called? We've had trips planned out to go to LA and stuff for music.
Just different producers out there? No.
Or labels and stuff too. Like we still have to, there's actually this Audio Mac thing that we still Audio Mac live performance and stuff. Now I actually didn't do it when I went out there because it was more family and stuff.
Good old LA. Goddamn.
Yeah, bro. LA,
Nice out there?
that shit was.
I've never been there.
You've never been there?
I talk a lot of shit about it. I've never been there.
For real, that shit, it was beautiful, bro.
Oh, okay.
It's really beautiful, and the traffic is crazy. Like they're driving 80 miles on the highway, but we're all neck and neck. In our Uber, like we was getting Uber drivers everywhere. They all have like electric cars to save gas, like every single one of them, and they be driving like 80 miles per hour, neck and neck. I'm like, bro, if Lubbock had this, we would never survive. Because Lubbock, I feel like niggas can't drive.
What threw me off over there is motorcycles can go between the cars, and so if you're not careful, like boom, like that's just how it is. Just motorcycles
That's
going
I
through.
I was in LA back in July. So we were going to this little like corner liquor store, and it was really, really busy during the day. It was always just busy, back to back to back to back, all the streets. We literally saw some guy try to park, rear end a woman. He said, "Fuck," and then he just pulled out and disappeared into traffic.
Bro, LA is
just
crazy.
like that, dude. Like he hit her, her shit fell off, and he said, "Fuck," and then he just drove
Bro
off.
just drove
like, and that was it. Too
many people, man.
And it's
Bro.
like here in town, you can chase them or whatever. And he
Yeah,
was
LA
just-
ain't no chasing
He was
them
lost
motherfuckers.
in the cars.
Bro, LA is crazy. Like we pulled up and we were down by Santa Monica, by the pier and the beach, and we had this lady. I swear, bro, she has she has drawers on, but her shorts are like below her ass. So she's following us around, bro. She walking on the pier and she was like, "Can I follow?" Or she was like, she was talking to my cousin. We was trying to be nice, so we was just talking to her, but it was weird because she was half naked in the LA, like she followed us for a good 15 minutes into stores, and I'm like, and she was like, "Do you guys not want me to follow y'all?" And we was like, "Nah, we really didn't." Like, it was strange, bro. I was like, okay,
There's some
some
lost
shit'll go
people.
down here.
There's
Yeah.
some very
Go to
lost
Avenue-
people out there.
Go to Avenue Q, you'll see that.
for real. Yeah, she was for sure. She for sure homeless. It was crazy, bro.
Hell, this
She was
re-
cool,
hell, this
but
re-
she was talking to herself and shit. So we was like, "Nah, we good on
I
that."
remember
weird.
Amy was freaking out because she saw somebody shooting up. She was like, "I never seen that in real life. Like for real, like the needle." And we're like, "Yeah,
That's crazy,
out here."
bro.
It was sad. I mean,
really
but
How
it's
do
like
people
you see it-
start that though? That's my question. Like,
They get lost.
It's-
man.
how do
They
you
get
start?
lost. I just remember
One
Amy
bad
was
thing
like, "I've
after
never seen
another,
that."
and the city doesn't take care of you. I don't fucking know.
but you know, like especially with like hard shit, like why start? Like, you know, that's my question. Like, if you're already in it, but why start?
it
Like,
doesn't-
I wouldn't feel.
I don't think it
comfortable
just
starting
starts
some
with
shit.
a hard drug. I think it's
Yeah, that
this
yeah.
leads to that, leads to that.
And you
I'm
wanna be
sure
one or
there's some
something
dumbasses that just like, oh, I'm gonna do heroin for the first time.
Like who? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Who thinks that? Like after you've seen everybody who does that, who would think like, let me just do that? And like that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Careful
That
who you
is
hang
wild.
around with, brother. Let me tell you that.
Yeah, influence will that's probably the main thing that'll do it for sure. Getting influence from, because a lot of the time that's from somebody else being like, "Hey, bro, try this," and you not really knowing what the fuck you trying. Like you gotta do your research on all that shit.
You know, that happens to me a lot when I go to festivals. People offer me. I'm like,
Yeah,
what the
like,
fuck? What do you think I do? Drugs?
fuck
What the fuck?
I'm
It
good,
insults
bro.
me when they do that shit.
Yeah, that's
What
an
I
easy
look
one.
like? Man, that shit. Pills and shit. I'm like, no, get it away from me.
Yeah, like
I just have to throw that out there. It makes me mad when people do that. So, do you even like? What do you do like for fun? Is
What
that
do
what
I
you
do
do?
for
Like
fun?
basketball?
yes,
You
I
go to
hoop
you,
a lot for
you watch
fun.
movies?
Yeah, I watch movies. Lately I ain't been watching movies. What I've been doing for fun lately, bro, is hooping. Like I've been trying to stay in the gym and shit and get more active. Like, cause I used to be an athlete. Like I used to be cold as fuck at football and stuff like that. So it's always been my roots to get back in the gym. That's what I do for fun. I like to cook. Like I like
What do you cook?
I like Chinese food. I like fried rice. I be cooking fried rice.
Hell yeah!
That junk be going crazy. Like I got the recipe down.
You ever make like a hibachi?
That's exactly, yeah.
There you go.
I got me a wok and everything, and I be
Damn.
pouring the little rice, the
Christmas
little
present.
oils and shit. Yeah,
Christmas
but yeah, I
present.
like to cook. Man,
good
I
walk.
really don't do too much. I love to make money. I love to do that.
So that's a good thing to do.
Yeah, I don't know why. I just love to make money, bro.
Well, you know, nobody likes to be broke.
Yeah,
Fuck
it
that.
ain't nothing cool about poverty, but you know, there's nothing wrong with it either. But I like to be in the gym. I
Where
record
you
a
hoop
lot.
at?
I be hooping at True Fit on 4th Street. It's
Yeah,
a
I've
gym.
heard
It's
of
the
it.
only gym. Oh no, you got Apex and you got a couple other ones, but it's a gym. It's a lot of people be pulling up there, bro. A lot of people I know, and we just be hooping.
A lot of shit talking.
For sure. Yeah, they ain't gonna leave that shit.
Bro, you
without
know what's one of the funniest videos I seen is this guy aired up a basketball, really a lot of air, and they were all hooping.
I be
and
seeing the videos.
boom, and it
Them
just blows
niggas
up,
be throwing that shit on the ground. That shit be loud. That's
and
crazy.
everybody just leaves. Oh shit! I just remembered that one.
Yeah. But yeah, bro, I don't. What do you do for fun? I'm just curious.
I drink beer.
You drink beer?
Listen to music.
Right.
Play guitar.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's,
Drink beer, listen to music. Play. You play guitar?
Yeah, I'm trying to, man. I pick up the acoustic again.
How long you been doing that?
Off and on for like 7 years.
For real?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Trying to get good at it. Maybe one day I'll post a video of me playing.
Right. Is it hard to learn, or how hard is it to?
I think it's like anything. You just got to do it over and over.
Mm-hmm.
Some people can just play. Is it sync? No.
Yeah, I saw that, bro. This shit is...
They didn't notice.
Bro, that joint had to be loud too. Imagine how much you got to fill up a ball to make it pop.
Police went to that. Oh my gosh. I need to do some prank. No, I know. I'm gonna get killed.
Bro, them YouTube pranksters, bro, them niggas be doing some crazy stuff. I be watching too. Like, some of it's entertaining, bro.
Talk about fun.
I ain't gonna lie.
When I lay in bed at night, I just go down a rabbit hole of shit.
Bro,
Just dumb shit.
You just like me.
You know what? This nerd. I've been watching this guy make candy.
Mm-hmm.
He rolls out he'll get these strands of candy and like form a bear, and it's like this big.
Oh,
and then
he'll form a bear?
Yeah, he'll like make a bear. Then he'll get it down to this size, and it looks like a bear. It's fucking.
Whoa.
My algorithm is this
crazy,
now.
Bro.
It's
that shit crazy. Yeah, I be seeing like detailing shit. I be seeing, but yeah, them YouTube pranks, bro. I be watching them. Like, some of them I don't think is cool to do to people, but a lot of them hoes be entertaining, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I be watching.
What is that trash can one where he do you know what you're talking about?
Which one is this?
It's like he jumps out of the trash can, but he slams the cover on the other guy behind him.
He's at Home Depot. It's that guy that goes to Home Depot.
Mm. He was at Home Depot.
He pretends like he's checking out a trash can, and he'll flip the lid over, and somebody's on the other end and hit him in the head.
Bro, that's man.
And they be trying to fight him and
It
shit.
would piss me off. Oh my god.
Have you seen those videos where they it's not a prank video, but they spin would you rather $20 or a chance to win 2,000, and they'll spin?
Yeah, or they'll cut your hair off or some shit.
So this guy did this, but he had a motor on the back, so he spun it, and it just kept spinning for 2 minutes. This girl did not realize. This girl didn't realize it was a trick. She was just sitting there when is it gonna stop?
Bro,
fuck, I need to get into this shit.
Had a motor on there.
I don't know. I feel like people are too on edge. I'll get killed.
Yeah, bro. Especially nowadays, you never know what nigga on their last straw. So, especially with these niggas are bold. Especially if the pranks are real, they bold for doing some of the shit they be doing. Gideon, I could tell they shit real. Gideon, Canel Joseph.
I don't know who that is.
He's like a Gideon. He be walking around just fucking with people.
I saw that Gideon dude go to a WNBA game.
Mm-hmm. Sleep at the WNBA game. Yes, bro. I'm like, this nigga
didn't he
right here.
delete all his videos or something like that?
Yes,
yeah.
I think he start. If I'm not mistaken, he's starting over and he's doing Christian content or something like that.
Oh, they done got him.
Crazy.
Something happened. They done got him.
Yeah. So,
Just what's that guy's
Maybe
name?
switching, man.
Not Pitbull. Somebody.
Oh, Daddy Yankee.
Daddy Yankee just went Christian too.
yeah.
For real.
No, but something happened. Was it there was a giant lawsuit that happened with a lot of reggaeton artists or something. I don't know if it was their samples or something like that. It was something to do with the music itself.
Samples,
a lot of them
yeah,
are getting
that was
countersued, or there's a huge lawsuit that's been slapped on them.
Yeah, especially with them samples, bro.
They opened up the floodgates with that not too long ago. This guy got sued, and he was trying to fight. He's I'm fighting for y'all. We're all gonna get sued if I get sued. And I guess
there you go. Now Daddy Yankee's I love God. I don't want to shake ass. I love God.
That's crazy.
Shake your ass for God.
So you're a young man. Do you see the future being bright for all of us?
For all of
for
us,
music, for this country, for entertainment, social, everything. You think
that shit?
What does it look like?
That
for
shit
you?
start getting iffy when 2020 came around, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, it did.
Do I see a bright future? I do, cause I feel like there's lows, but usually after every low, there's highs and shit like that. I don't feel like everything is just gonna stay bad or whatever. But I feel like things will definitely go up. I feel like for sure, especially with social media and stuff and entertainment, the threshold to be able to do that is gonna go up too, because so many people want to do it. But do I see I definitely see a bright future, because I just believe after every low, there's a high. I don't now. Is that necessarily saying we in a low? Not necessarily, but the pandemic did kind of fuck up. Yeah. So you know what I'm saying. I feel like there's definitely a bright future for us for sure. I'm optimistic.
Where do you see yourself at this time next year?
At this time next year,
yeah.
doing shows for sure, and I also see myself this time next year. Let me really think through that. I see myself doing my own shows at that point because you know this year I really plan on applying myself and staying consistent with everything that has to do with my artistry. So shows for sure. I definitely plan on, you know, just growing where I'm from. That's really my main point with this. I plan on being in this for the next 10 years, bro. You know, I plan on just growing, honestly, and doing more shows for sure. And, you know.
You got any merch? You got merch?
Not at the moment. See, me and him was just discussing that. That's what we finna tap into ASAP because if you make like a cool design, people will for sure buy it, you know, especially if they like you or your music too, or, you know, whatever you stand for. People will buy it if the design is cool.
It's another way to make money.
Bro, merch will probably make, like when we tap into shit like that, that'll make, I imagine, a lot more money than streams.
I'll say I do like low batches, like low numbers of merchandise, but I always double my money.
Right. Yeah, that's, you be doing like exclusive drops or
yeah, I did like 12 crew necks.
That's
what
smart.
I just did. And yeah, it's because I'm always, I don't know if anybody's going to buy them.
Right. And I feel you on that.
You can always like,
yeah.
Just, I mean, I don't try to sell merch to make money like entirely, but it is nice.
Yeah.
It is nice.
Especially like when you like do a limited supply strategy to where it's only this amount of this, then yeah, it'll definitely make people more inclined to buy it. That's smart. For sure.
There's a lot of good people here too. They'll do more than just shirts, and they do all kinds of shit.
For real?
Oh yeah.
Like here in Lubbock?
Yeah, Humble Hustle, Perigo Design, those two guys.
What? I ain't see now. A lot of the shit I was doing, like when I had a little merch before, it was on like Shopify, like print on demand. You know what that is? Right?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like you go here, it's
right.
To them.
I feel like that'll be cooler. Like that'll be better because you can see the quality of your product as you know it's being made and stuff.
Hell yeah, dude. Well, I think this one had a lot of good information.
A lot, bro. I enjoyed this like a lot, bro. This shit was cool.
Any young artists or up and coming artists, no matter their age, they better listen to this. Tell them. Appreciate you doing this, man.
Of course, bro.
You got anything else for the people out there? Any final messages?
Man, honestly, I don't know where the camera at, but really,
it's right here. This one.
I really ain't got shit else, bro. I just appreciate you allowing me on the podcast. Like I said, we just hit you up yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday.
And you got us on ASAP, so I appreciate the love, bro, for sure.
Hell yeah, let's do it again in the future when you drop your music.
For sure,
get you back on.
100%, bro. Gotta have another one.
Merry Christmas.
Yep. Thanks for coming to the Words of Film screening. It was Wednesday.
Happy New Year's, people. We'll see you guys 2024.
Bye.